I failed the 12-week year. Or did it fail me? Oh god. Hi, my name is Parky, and if you are here and news to this series, I am at the end of the 12-week year in which I embarked 12 weeks ago to reach YouTube monetization on this channel. I started making content about 3 years ago as a Twitch streamer where I started off as a variety gamer. My path has had many breaks and a lot of roadblocks along the way where I really couldn't figure out my niche, and this was part of that journey. This has always been my passion. Ever since I was young, starting from middle school, I created vlogs that I kept for myself and recorded footage with the hopes and dreams that one day they would be vlogs published on YouTube. That didn't end up happening, and thank goodness it didn't, because I was a minor. So let's talk about the 12-week year. The 12-week year is this idea that you can accomplish everything in a year within 12 weeks just because it'll have more structure and the way the human mind works. The way the human mind works is the fact that a year is too long of a time frame for us to really comprehend, and it's hard for us to set goals and milestones and feel like we're actually working towards those goals. 12 weeks is about 3 months and is a quarter of the year, and it feels like a reasonable time frame that you can feel like you'll be able to document, keep up with habits, start new habits, and just document that journey a lot easier. In one of my previous videos, I also demonstrate the number of systems that I use to keep myself on track. I use journals, I use bingo cards, I use goal trackers, I use pretty much every single system that you could possibly use. So how did I fail the 12-week year? On paper, it seems like a really efficient system. You have monthly time blocks as well as breaking it down into weekly and daily goals that should allow you to have these manageable, tiny steps that will get you towards your goal within a time frame that is easily visualizable for your brain. The problem is, my brain takes any setback as an entire failure, and the past 12 weeks had a lot of setbacks. A lot of setbacks that I knew were going to happen and thought that I could do it despite, and a lot of setbacks that I just didn't anticipate. Your girl is currently unemployed, she's job hunting, and so I thought, hey, I have all the time in the world, why wouldn't I be able to do it? Well, there were a lot of reasons why. And let's first talk about goal setting. 1. Lofty goals. I knew from the very beginning that my goals were lofty. I wanted to grow this channel from about 90 followers to 1,000. It was a lot. I wanted to do a lot and I wanted to achieve a lot. And I really thought that I could do it. The other part about the goal setting was that my goal setting was very scattered, honestly. Not only were the goals lofty, I was really trying to do it all. I was also trying to reach milestones on my Let's Play gaming channel as well as on my Twitch. So having already spread myself onto 3 different platforms, it was proving to be way too much for me. I barely had enough time to ideate, develop, script, record, edit these lifestyle vlogs that I was newly embarking on. And then I had even less time to record new Let's Plays, edit those, and then get those up onto my Let's Play channel, as well as stream consistently, especially at a time where I was losing so much direction on what I wanted to stream. And I think that's the main reason why my goal setting inevitably failed. I didn't have direction going into this 12-week year. I wanted to do everything, and that just wasn't possible. 2. Publicizing my goals way ahead of time. So for some of y'all, this might be very helpful for you. Publicizing your goals might give you that good positive pressure in order to get those things done, but publicizing my goals just gave me shame and guilt for not achieving. I felt like I was a failure every day. I wasn't working on content. And that just kind of snowballed into a guilt mill. I was my own hamster in my own wheel of guilt, just running and running and running. There was absolutely no one saying,
hey, you didn't release a video this week, you suck.
The only pressure that was created was my own. So I think in the future, if I were to do something like this again, where I'm doing a long-term project and I want to see the beginning to the end, it's going to have to be all completed and recorded first, and then published when we're done with that challenge. And then last of all, I was too busy. What happened was that I had 3 trips planned from May to June, and for some reason I thought,
yeah, I can work around that. It'll be fine.
The same person who couldn't stick to a streaming schedule when she had nothing else to do, unemployed, broke, her only income was literally Twitch streaming.
Huh?
The unrealistic expectations were insane. Hindsight 2020, am I right? And all of these trips happened within about a 7-week time frame. It only makes natural sense that I didn't have time to make content, especially when I wasn't used to producing content at that speed. I like the idea of the 12-week year and the idea of 3 months or 12 weeks being a more realistic length of time for someone to be able to visualize and plan for. I understand that. I think one of the problems that I had with the system was that 3 months was still too large a time frame for my poor brain to handle. But the 12-week year to me promised a sort of direction and hope that everything would work better. And so I believed in it and I set these goals, these really unrealistic expectations. I think I need to set extremely lofty goals and just do them month by month. With the change in my goals, what does this mean for this channel and the rest of my content? Well, I think this channel will become a little bit more of a back burner. I think I'll post on it when I want to, with content that I want to, and there's a bunch of videos that I already have in my backlog that I'm really excited to edit and just put out into the world. I'm going to put less pressure on myself to reach these monetary milestones and focus on what I really want to. This will continue to be a brand identity of me, and that means all of the random things that I like to collect along the way. Thank you again to everyone who joined me along this 12-week journey, and I'm sorry that I kind of fell off the face of the earth halfway through. I have other goals now. In the next few months, I have some plans on rebranding my stream identity entirely and figure that out. I'm just gonna stick to doing what I want. And you should too. I'll see y'all in another video. Peace.